Okay. I think that's good. Microphone audio looks to be okay. And I actually did a test stream right before I went live with this, so I think everything's going to be good. And I think, barring some weird frame rate issues, I should be able to full screen this on my computer. So let's do it. Let me see. So what I need to do is I need to minimize Streamlabs and then, yaha, maximize that. Whoops. Get rid of this download bar. There we go. All right. And then if I fast forward this, I think it should be good. Oh, let me make sure my sound on my computer is good. This should be loud enough for me. And then it will never peak for the recording. So yeah, I'm excited. This is, I say I'm excited. I'm gonna let this count down almost as though I'm like simulating a live stream. I am excited, but at the same time, I feel like I already saw like the thumbnail of the woman before. So, and I know there's a demo after this, but I'm still excited. I feel like my brain does a decent job at allowing me to forget stuff. So I'm curious how this is gonna go. There will be a slight frame rate issue on the stream just because my computer's not that strong, but I think it should be good enough. And I'm actually going to break this up into separate videos. So the stream that I'm doing now is just going to be a reaction to the showcase, but the video I am going to play the demo, which I realize there actually is a demo.
Thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to our Resident Evil Showcase. I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, here to give you a closer look into what Capcom has coming up for the Resident Evil franchise. We'll be kicking things off with some brand new content and an exclusive first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay that you do not want to miss. So without further ado, let's get started.
Hey now, think positively, all right? We talked about this.
Okay, so this is Ethan.
I know.
And his wife. I forget her name now. Mia?
Talk about anything else.
From Resident Evil 7?
Castle Bell heralds danger. The bell tolls for us all.
You know,
Coming again.
it's so funny because one thing I think Capcom does a pretty good job of in these Resident Evil games.
Mother Miranda, I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped that fool Heisenberg.
Is that his name? Was that his last name,
Because he
Winters?
is in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When I find him... No, Mother Miranda. Yes, of course, I understand the importance of the ceremony. I won't let you down.
I mean, I'm assuming that most people who even might come across my video have already seen this trailer, so I'm going to talk over it a little bit. But what I'm going to say is that one thing I think Capcom does a really good job of is like making something seem like it's truly evil,
Nothing but blood and death.
but it ends up just being like some virus that Umbrella has created again. I like that. I think it's pretty cool. I think there's something that's probably in the back of a lot of people's minds when they look at this kind of stuff. It's like, whoa, how did this happen? But you should be thinking, dang. Like, it's always a virus. That's the whole point. They experiment and then something goes wrong. It's always a BOW. And it's always Umbrella. Well, maybe not always.
Well, Ethan Winters. There you are.
Is she really tall? I don't know what I was kind of looking at there, but I just kind of noticed she had to like crouch down to get through a door, and I was just like, is she really tall?
Who the fuck are you?
Ooh, so edgy, dropping F-bombs.
Ethan Winters.
You know, as someone who likes all of the Resident Evil games, I didn't really like
That was
5.
amazing, but I still have so many questions.
This doesn't look very
Like,
impressive so
when
far.
Can I pre-order this thing? Perhaps producer Pete Fabiano has some answers for us. Let's see what he has to say.
I don't know why. It's, I mean, I'm sure I'm going to
Hey
play
everyone,
it, but
I'm Pete Fabiano, producer on Resident Evil Village. When we first announced Resident Evil Village back in June, we only mentioned PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. I'm happy to announce we've been working hard to bring the survival horror experience onto current generation consoles as well. Resident Evil Village will also be coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, day and date with next gen.
Oh,
The
look at
PS4
Ethan's
version
eye
can
there.
be upgraded
Not Ethan.
for free to the digital PS5 version.
Looks like that might be
And
Chris.
the Xbox One version gives you free access to the game.
That
on
marketing
Xbox Series
always made it
X
seem like,
through
even
Smart
in the
TV.
thumbnail that I chose for this
Also
video,
my pleasure
it seems like
to
it was
tell you exactly when you can get your hands on the game.
it was Chris. So
Resident Evil Village will be available worldwide on May 7th, 2021, with
May,
pre-orders
okay.
kicking off today.
somehow I thought it was
Alongside
March,
the
but
standard
okay.
edition, we have a few other options for the game. First,
Now, if I just saw
we have
the letter
Digital
M and
Deluxe
thought it was
Edition,
March.
Available on all platforms.
Okay,
Players
I don't care
will
about
be
any of
able
this
to
stuff.
heighten their survival horror experience.
Yeah,
with
I mean,
extra
I'm
content,
most likely gonna
including
play
in-game
Resident
items
Evil
that call back to
8.
Resident
I mean,
Evil
I played
7
7,
biohazard.
I played 6.
There's also a
I
collector's
didn't play
edition for
5. I
consoles
played 4. I
that
played
includes
mostly all the
deluxe
numbered
edition
games,
content,
so I
as
don't.
well as
There's
a
no reason I'm going to
striking
skip this
figure of
one.
Chris Redfield, a steelbook
But
case,
thanks to Cyberpunk
poster,
and other
artwork.
AAA
And
companies.
for those of you who haven't played the previous entry, we have the Resident Evil Village
Oh,
and
bundle.
Resident
Okay.
Evil 7 Biohazard bundle.
Thanks to other
This lets you
AAA
get your
companies,
hands on the award-winning RE7
I'm
while
not
you
going to
wait
get this day
for Resident
one,
Evil Village.
but I'll see like what
Pre-order any of these
reviews
editions, and
and
you'll be able to
reception
get
kind of
your
looks
hands
like.
on
Make
both
sure the game
Mr.
works.
Raccoon weapon accessory
So
and their survival resource pack. which
if the
will
game
offer
works
additional support
and there isn't any
for
like
the first few hours
jarring
of gameplay.
bugs or like
Finally,
functionality
digital
problems,
pre-orders from
then
the
sure.
PlayStation Store
You know.
will receive an exclusive Resident Evil Village mini soundtrack.
Those mini soundtracks, at least the last one I got
I've
for
been waiting
Ghost of
this. I know
Tsushima, was
you've
not
been
that
waiting for
impressive.
this. It's time for the world premiere first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay. Alongside this first look, we have Pete Fabiano back to offer some insights as well. Let's take a look.
I think
Now we're here to give you an exclusive first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay.
I said this earlier, but I think one of the reasons why I probably am not
Just
seeming
like in
too
Resident
blown
Evil
away.
7 Biohazard, you'll be taking
Okay, so it is. So his
control
last name
of
is
Ethan
Winters. I guess I must have forgot that.
You'll make your way from the village to the castle. Players will need
I won't
to
interrupt
get
this
in
guy too
and
much.
search for their kidnapped daughter.
Oh,
As
his
you've
daughter?
noticed by now, Resident Evil Village keeps the first-person perspective. We think it really draws players into the detailed world we've created.
Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, I think I was just repeating myself. Like, I may not be as blown away as other people are. Like, with like, wow, look how impressive it looks, or anything. Only because I'm more into the story for Resident
You see
Evil.
a lot of those little details
And
come to life here.
like I said, it's always a BOW, so I'm just kind of like thinking, what's going to be the thing that's really gonna like grab me about this game? Because I don't know, graphically, and I'm only seeing it in 1080p right now, but graphically, it doesn't. That never really gets me. So it's gotta be
From
something
art
else.
Design to technology, everything ties in great and creates some beautiful visuals.
So all looks good. Doesn't look as good on my stream, but I think it looks good.
Now it's time to meet some of the castle denizens. As you'd expect, a warm welcome's not really what's in store for Ethan.
Man blood.
Oh, getting dragged by the hook?
Now, let's take a look at him.
She seems really tall.
Well, Ethan Winters. You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special you are.
I'm gonna try to change something about the stream, and I'm sure it's not gonna make that big of a
Shifting gears
difference,
bit,
but
we're finally
oh, it
gonna
is
show
on
off some
1080p.
combat.
Okay. All right.
It's not just about shooting. Guarding will also be an important part of the game.
Put your hands up.
Each type of enemy has their own distinct way of fighting, so you'll need to change up your strategy to defeat them.
Man, okay, that guy's definitely big.
Everyone knows what to do with red barrels, right? Some of you will remember a similar management system in Resident Evil 4. This time around, we've added crafting, which allows you to create items such as first aid and ammo.
Okay.
There's also an assortment of weapons to find and utilize throughout the game.
You know, at this point in time, I don't have a PlayStation 5, so
How do you know my name?
Anyone who is anyone
I'd be curious to know how
The merchant makes
3D
a
audio
return.
works in this
time
game.
he's known as the
I wonder if he'll
Duke.
talk about it.
You'll be going to him to buy and sell weapons, amongst other things. The director wanted to give him a unique look, and you'll often find him in different situations each time you encounter him. He's an interesting fella. Smash away with your trusty knife. There's plenty of items to find in your travels.
Okay. I don't know if that was the case in the first. I was gonna say the first one.
Wait, do you hear that? And we've also got extra objectives outside of the main ones. Of course, it goes without saying that there'll be plenty of puzzles to solve for players to move forward. Oh, and plenty of surprises to keep you on your toes.
Okay, I don't know. That doesn't really seem like too much of a surprise. Unless...
I haven't cut open a man in a while. Let me string you up, slice your jugular, and just watch.
Okay.
Well, that's one way to end the video.
Now that we've shown you what's in store for Resident Evil Village, let's take a look at the exclusive PlayStation 5 demo.
For this demo, players won't be playing as Ethan, but as a character we're referring to as the Maiden. Unlike the actual game, this experience doesn't feature combat or even blocking.
Okay. I mean, I'm sure that they'll probably, much like they did Resident Evil 7, you'll probably play
We're hoping
some
that
version of
players
that
get a real feel for the visuals
in the
and
main
audio
game.
as they take the Maiden on her journey to find a way out of the castle. And you can download the exclusive demo on PlayStation 5 today. Of course, we want as many people as possible to get a chance to play. So we'll have a separate new demo available on all platforms, ready for sometime this spring.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of the Resident Evil franchise, with the very first game releasing in Japan back on March 22nd, 1996. Since then, the series has expanded well beyond the realm of video games. From toys and board games, to CG movies, to live-action Hollywood films, Resident Evil has become a cultural
Live
icon.
action.
Resident Evil continues to offer surprises around every corner, so let's pass it along to producer Tsuyoshi Kanda to hear more about what you can expect in 2021.
Earlier this month, we started inviting players to join a closed beta test. The test won't happen until later next week, but I want to use this chance to reveal more details. With the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil coming on March 22nd, we are excited to celebrate this milestone with our fans. Last September, we showed off a piece of key art showcasing some of Resident Evil's iconic characters to start the celebration. Now, I'm happy to announce what was behind that. Let's take a look.
either that's cell shaded or that's okay. I was gonna say like it looks like the Walking Dead Telltale games. Oh, I heard about this reverse multiplayer.
REverse is one of the ways we're celebrating the
REverse.
25th anniversary of the franchise, showcasing so many of the characters that fans love. It'll be available for free to anyone who purchases Resident Evil Village, so be sure to follow the Resident Evil social channels for the latest news. And check out the official website for even more details.
On behalf of Massive Entertainment and Ubisoft, congratulations to the Resident Evil team on their 25th anniversary. We can't wait to get our hands on our reverse. For the occasion, we are bringing a celebration to our game, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. For a limited time, you will be able to collect some of the iconic outfits and items from the original Resident Evil trilogy. Everyone that logs in during the event will get Leon Kennedy's Raccoon Police Department outfit as a warm-up. Now let's have a look at some of these.
Okay, so they're developing the game. I guess maybe not Capcom. Capcom might just be producing it. Man, I don't know. You know, I'm gonna be watching other reaction videos probably after this, since I don't have PlayStation 5, so I can't jump into the demo. I'll probably watch the demo, but I don't know. Like, you know, I might be at a point when it comes to gaming, because I haven't really live streamed anything in a little bit, just because I haven't been interested. But when it comes to gaming, these videos just never really work for me. I guess they just stopped working for me, and I hate to kind of blame Cyberpunk for it, but I think it's a big part of it. I think it's just because, like, you can say everything in the world that we want to hear, but it's a matter of, does it actually work? And is what you're saying going to be the case when the game comes out? Okay, they always do one of these Resident Evil CG movies around the time of a movie.
時間軸はバイオハザード4の後の数年後のお話となっておりまして、レオンがスーツ姿で
Literally every Resident Evil CG movie, he's dealing with zombies.
Netflix にて全世界配信になりますので、皆さんお楽しみください。
Wow, a lot's been happening, and I hope you enjoyed watching. But if you missed anything along the way, don't worry. Keep an eye on the Resident Evil social channels and official website, which will be sharing everything from today's show. As a quick reminder, Resident Evil Village is available for pre-order starting today for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Steam for PC. And don't forget, PlayStation 5 owners get a sneak peek through downloadable content available worldwide starting today. It has been an absolute honor to celebrate the amazing Resident Evil leading up to its 25th anniversary with all of you.
Okay, so this is it.
I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
Okay, well, I'm going to be curious to see what other people thought of this, but so far for me, I would say, as somebody who's played almost every Resident Evil game, I don't know, this didn't really seem to impress me. It didn't seem like something that I was like, oh man, like I can't wait to get my hands on this. I mean, I'm probably going to play it when it comes out, but, well, I am going to play it when it comes out. I've just, you know, it's probably not going to be a exactly day one thing. And there's like 12 more minutes in this video. What's going on here? Let me see. Let's scroll through the... Oh, does it just stick on this screen? Looks like it. Okay, well, yeah, like I said, personally I felt a little underwhelmed on the video, but I think, and not that I make a habit of making these kind of videos, it's just, you know, I do like Resident Evil. I've been playing it a very long time, or the franchise. I will say that, weirdly, this might be, I don't know if I'll stick to this, but at the moment, I think this might be the last, like, you know, showcase Nintendo Direct PlayStation Experience video that I make like this, unless I'm like watching this with friends and I know I can attend it live or something. I don't know if I'm gonna check these out, because these just don't seem to do it for me. Wasn't a waste of time exactly. You know, I mean, I wasn't really doing anything else, but it's 9:10 my time right now. I guess after I cut the stream here, I'm probably just gonna go watch some other reaction videos to this. But yeah, overall thoughts at the moment. I'm most likely gonna play Resident Evil when it comes out, but I'm underwhelmed as to what I'm looking at. And a big part of the reason why I'm underwhelmed is, I don't know, I guess in the back of my mind, and maybe I don't want to, like, you know, make it seem like this game is going to be bad, because it's probably not going to be bad. But the biggest thing for me at the moment is that every Resident Evil game seems to have the exact same, well, let me not seem like I'm criticizing this game. One thing that's neat about Resident Evil, like I said at the very beginning, is that the game seems to kind of be what's going on, how is this happening, kind of environment. That's kind of what it's running on. But then ultimately you end up learning, and if this is following in the footsteps of 7, then you know there's a couple things that you know right at the beginning. You know that Umbrella is involved, and you know that they did some sort of experimentation on the people in this village, and the type of, whether it's a serum or some sort, whatever experimentation they did on them is what turned them into the enemies that you're going to be fighting against. And it probably turned the people crazy. And that's sort of one thing that I felt was a little underwhelming about Resident Evil 7 towards the end. I did still think it was a cool twist. I don't really spoil it here, even though that game is several years old. I won't really spoil the details, but the idea that the family that you're dealing with isn't really like what they appear on the surface. They're being manipulated by Evelyn, which is essentially the main antagonist of the game, and she's essentially poisoned their minds. And I guess that's cool, but I think I would have liked it more that they were just insane or crazy. But when you get the realization that, no, this happened to them and they really didn't want to be like this, it's kind of like, oh man, that's where the Umbrella stuff comes in. So I would be surprised if we don't get that in this game, but there is, I'd be willing to make a bet on that too. That's 100% going to happen. The characters that we saw, I don't even know their names, but the characters that we saw, because the thing about Resident Evil as well is that nothing is supernatural outside of what Umbrella or Tricell or whatever, you know, supernatural company is doing. That's the only reason why. So there's going to be something that people get injected with or manipulated with in some fashion that's going to do this to them. I just hope that it's kind of believable. I think what would be really cool, and I don't know if we'll get this, but I think it would be really cool if they really were just crazy. You know, I want, for once in Resident Evil, I almost feel like I'd like it to just actually be evil. Like, it's not, you know, somebody experimented on us and turned this into this. It's like, we're just crazy. We're just batshit insane. And because of that, here's what we did to the people in our residence, right? Resident Evil. But nope, it's going to be Umbrella involved in some way. So, all right, that's it for me. I actually don't know when I'm going to be back streaming stuff. I've had Crash Bandicoot downloaded, the Insane Trilogy downloaded for like a week. I just haven't really been all that interested in going live or streaming anything lately. So, and since I can't play the demo, which is what I was going to do after this, I don't know. I'll be lurking around though. I mean, there's going to be a point where I'll go live and actually, I'll say this before I'm out of here. I do plan on making a couple more real talks, most likely before I come back with a gaming thing. I'm probably going to do a real talk video where I go in on Cyberpunk. And then I don't know what the next one's going to be about. I should have written it down because I had a really good idea for something that I know I could kind of go in and kind of talk about for a good while. So the next couple videos, the next couple streams I do, they'll probably be focused more on real talk stuff. And yeah, and then if I do come back to gaming, like I said, there's nothing that's really on the docket, so I would imagine that I'm probably going to do Crash Insane Trilogy unless something else pops up between now and then. So, all right, let me come out of full screen here and head back into Streamlabs, but that's it. Like I said, last final note on it, I don't necessarily think that this is going to be bad. It's just I'm kind of somewhat expected to be a little bit more wowed. So, all right, I'm out of here. I'll catch you around.